Shalom and welcome to ReligionWinked TV, where my spiritual ears stay. I'm your host, Spirituality. Now let's sip on this. Shalom. Hey y'all, I am back reading your comments about FyeBabe versus Treecey, and the winner is, guys, what y'all think about this? We both heard them say they will not fight publicly. Shout out to FyeBabe. That little cartoon is kind of immature-ish, but it is something different. It's definitely content, maybe regurgitated content, but nonetheless, she's doing a different thing over there. Let's talk about it. I don't have much to say. I mean, I've been following some of the storyline between them two, but I'm sure you all have a lot to say and have opinions on it. Okay, wait a second. Hold on 1 second. Oh, I can go right here. All right, so yeah. Oh, here we go. Oh. So let me just put some links in the chat here. Thank you to the one person watching. You have any comments? I'm reading people comments about FyeBabe and Treecey and their ongoing situation. Right, wrong, or indifferent. What do you know about the case? Talk to me. You don't have to be afraid. If anybody wants me to read their comments about it, please come in the chat. What do you think's going on? Why it's going on? Who's winning? Why they're winning? Who's right? Who's wrong? Please share my channel link. Thank you to the two people watching. I'm just gonna sit here. If you guys comment, I'll read it. I was just over on FyeBabe's page and I was saying shout out to her, something different. Her little cartoon over there is like a breath of fresh air. It's a little childish and immature, and it's regurgitated content, but it is something different. And I think that's what YouTube needs, is a lot of different things. I just did a video asking Brother Jay Wilson and Wiley if they want to do a public debate spiritually. There's a lot of misconceptions out here in the world, even with Treecey and FyeBabe being Christians and acting like the damn devil, not knowing the word of God, just out here, performing in their lower self, in the flesh part of the man, right? So what is it with these two? I mean, I have nothing against any of them. I said before, I seen a post where Treecey says something about, to the effect, Nicole Tyler, go molest somebody's child. Now we all heard what she said to FyeBabe daughter. Well, we all know FyeBabe is over there maybe pimping her daughter out, using her daughter, soliciting her daughter for funds over there, allegedly. Where are you guys at with this? What do you think about all of this going on? One of the things that turned me off, I did a video saying she almost flew my ass with FyeBabe and the whole 50 Cent lunch gate 50 Cent lunch gate scandal, is that she came right behind that trying to, diss Treecey, and she said something to the effect that she was like, Treecey, my daughter get more allowance than a week than you ever will. So why was she short 50 Cent for lunch? I said in that video, hell, my daughter is 20 years older than FyeBabe's daughter. And I remember where there was a time you moving, you hustling, you forget to send a little check or the little money order or whatever with the child for lunch. But by the grace of God, my child got fed. That was a blessing to me. In FyeBabe's case, she's always talking about being blessed and this, that, and the third. Why do people didn't feed your children? And we don't know if that's not true or not. We don't know how true that is, you all. Anybody can come out and say, oh, they didn't feed my daughter. And one of the points I had brought up was uh she was outside the car talking. I know we don't like to let our kids, children see us cry. But again, that little girl, if she was in range, probably could have said, Mommy, that's not true. I ate da da da. But it was just weird how, you see all the money, the cash apps and everything going. And she said it didn't happen one time. It happened 5 times. So I was just like, thank you to the 2 people watching. What else I know about them going on? I listened to Treecey this morning, my daughter and myself, and it was crazy. Like, FyeBabe came at her first, right, wrong, or indifferent. FyeBabe started it, talked about the lady eggs or whatever, and Treecey fired back. And Treecey always told y'all, kids are not off limits. Should there be a petition going around at this point in time? Remember how that petition was going on because they was accusing somebody of being a child molester and everybody 2,000 signatures. Well, where's the petitions at to get people off YouTube who are calling children bitches and hoes and prostitutes and XYZ and everything else? Is there a petition going around for that? Or do some people get a little pass over here and some people get a pass over there? Now, the one thing I do know is when this was all going down about penises being put in a little girl's mouth, Treecey was over there fighting hard for FyeBabe. Now she over there fighting against FyeBabe and her daughter. How do we get like a week's time, 2 weeks time? Treecey was in her chat yesterday, then FyeBabe come back with the boiled eggs. I'm like, the mindset of these people, what's driving these people to be friends today and enemies tomorrow, to love you and your kids today and then want to destroy you and your children tomorrow? And I'm not here to defend FyeBabe or her daughter. I always say, ain't no way in hell I'm getting on here clapping at anybody with my grandchildren, and I have 5 of them. Fuck, even for my children, they 37, 31, and 26, getting on here clapping at somebody with them in range so they could get clapped back on. But why do women get on here, put their kids on camera, and don't expect them to get touched? See, when that gun spray, them bullets ricochet, and it don't matter who it hits at that point in time. So why? For money? Why would women do this? I got 2 people watching. Why don't y'all come in the chat and talk about it? I'm not going to be like, ooh, what you doing over here? For the love of God. I want people, I want to build the audience, but I'm not going to build it on lying, on deceiving you, wanting to sleep with you. Hell, want you to sleep with me. I didn't get on here for that bullshit. Get on here to pretend I'm anybody other than myself. I told you, go watch the undocumented criminals. There's criminals right now on YouTube using other people's names and don't realize they breaking the law. Matter of fact, it says if you're online using another name. Hell, that's pretty much all of us. My name ain't ReligionWinked TV, but I'm on here using another name. And I don't mean it, I don't think it means it like that. Like just using somebody else's name or using another name is what? It is not yours. Like Mona Simone has a lot of aliases and things like that. So where are we at? Let me ask you this. Why am I the only one can't get a fucking conversation started on YouTube? What do I gotta do? Show my tits, my ass? I told you, if I gotta do what the rest of these people doing on YouTube to be validated, YouTube may not be for me, but I'm gonna stick here because the race is not for the swift, but those that endure to the end. What the hell you think about FyeBabe and Treecey? Hell, you be in everybody else chat to the 3 people watching. Get the fuck in this goddamn chat and talk to me. I'm up. It's 4:30 in the morning, 3:30 East Coast time. What the hell you think about FyeBabe and Treecey? I just asked the question. Y'all can talk to everybody else. And then I'll be looking like, damn, some of the people you talk to, I just would never, I will always write off as a tax exempt. I would never talk to these people in real life. But you guys are out here and everybody chat talking. Why don't y'all come over here? Maybe that's what I'm putting in the title. Why don't y'all talk to Religion Link TV? Cause you can't use me. I can't be influenced. Cause what? Cause I'm boring. Hell, some of the other fucking people you talk to is dead. What the fuck you mean? The hell with that shit. Sometimes I be feeling not offended, but like, no, they don't talk to all these ratchet ass people and don't want to talk to me. Cause maybe I'm not ratchet. Cause maybe I don't give you that gutter YouTube from this channel. I don't know. I really don't know. Because YouTube is the first people that's making me feel like I'm not an influencer. Bullshit. FyeBabe and Treecey. And the winner is, to the two people watching, I know you have an opinion about it. Now to the one person watching. I know you guys have an opinion. Why does it say I'm still live in here? All right, so I'm gonna give it another 5-10 minutes. So I gave you part of my commentary on it. You guys didn't want me to read your comments. It's okay. I'm gonna change my title and I'm gonna just put what it is: FyeBabe versus Treecey, and the winner is none of them. Neither one of them. In my eyes, there is no winner in this situation. Who's winning? Spiritually. Who's winning? All right, so you guys, two people watching, thank you for the 2 thumbs up. It is what it is. FyeBabe versus Treecey. You guys know how it went down. You know what Treecey said about her daughter. And like I said, I don't feel sorry to an extent for anybody that keep, fighting out here in these YouTube streets. You got some people that just don't care. If you're going to be out here beefing with people, like I said, when they start to take shots back at you, sometimes those bullets ricochet and they will hit your children. We saw that with Sweet Mom and her baby. We saw that with a lot of people's children on here. So what do you feel about FyeBabe versus Treecey? Who's right? Who's wrong? Any indifferences going on here? I couldn't believe it. Me and my daughter, we was sitting here listening to Treecey this morning like, I'll be damned. Treecey's not your average roaster gagger, but I mean, whatever spirit she got up in her, she I don't know. I almost saw a little demon or something this morning. I said, well, God damn, what's wrong with these people? Especially the people that say they go to church and love God, or they have more of a devilish disposition than people who don't claim God and people who don't go to church. So I'm going to let this rock out for another 5 minutes or so. If you guys want me to read your comments about FyeBabe and Treecey, or you guys don't have no opinions about it, that's cool too. That's cool. So to the two people watching, don't feel offended when I get on here and don't talk to anybody. Just get on and do my commentary. Because I'm the type of person, hell, if you don't talk to me, I won't talk to you. I'll get on here, do my commentary, shut my shit down and say, I did my job for the day. I am not that kind of person. Yeah, like we got on here to make friends, to be respected by other YouTubers. But in this sector, I don't. Man, I'm here and I'm not here, to the two people watching. I get on here, I do what I say what I do. You don't see me in people chats. You don't see me running around kissing ass, trying to make friends. If you want to socialize, do one of them Google Hangouts. Wiley J. Wilson, if you want to have a public debate about your faith. Hey, I'm all for that kind of collaboration, but just sitting around talking about people, talking about private parts, sexuality, that shit is it's not for me. I'm here trying to do other things. Matter of fact, what I'm doing on my channel is trying to prevent Treecey and FyeBabe from acting the way they acting, and other black people and Christians as well, people in general. We have to get to a place where we stop acting like the devil in order for the devil to flee. Remember, the Bible says if you submit yourself unto God and resist the devil, he will flee. So that lets me know a lot of people are not resisting the devil out here. That's why he's still present in so many people's lives. So I just be sitting back watching. I was like, damn, I'm glad I have enough sense. Or I'm glad I don't need that much money or that much clout, fame, recognition that I would have to do people the way people have been done on these YouTube streets. Well, so if you guys want me to read your comments, but I know 3 people watching, you have to have a comment about Treecey and FyeBabe, and the winner is, or is there any winner? Who wins in a situation like this? When you have a woman who cannot have any children, I don't know if she bared any or not. I don't dig in people's past. Just on the surface, Treecey doesn't have any children. FyeBabe do. I always say every woman that has children shouldn't be a mother, and all mothers aren't women. You know, like that just because you have children doesn't make you a woman, and just because you're a woman don't mean you should be laying down having all these damn kids, especially if 50 Cent becomes an issue, makes you cry. Nobody wins, TC. Absolutely. I said that about maybe 5 minutes ago. Absolutely, TC. No winners in this at all. But you have a woman, that don't have children, and you have a woman that do have children. Like when I seen FyeBabe cry over the 50 Cent, whether it was the truth or a lie, there's other things. Because if 50 Cent make you cry, your daughter's still living. I mean, you lied and said you was gonna get a fraudulent lunch form. And when I was watching that the other day, I'm like, damn, y'all. These people just heard her say she gonna go to school. Now I thought she was gonna get a blessing. She said she went to that school, and all of a sudden, she said she got the free lunch form and gonna lie on it. I didn't have to lie on mine. I had to pay like $1.25 or something like that for lunch for my daughter when she was going to school. But and you have people still giving to her. She just says she gonna lie to get free lunch, right? So any money she got, does it have to go to the lunch fund now, or does it go on other stuff? So, and then she says the little girl gets an allowance every week. So clearly it's not 50 Cent. I don't believe FyeBabe. I don't really believe any of it happened. But I know people will use stories and situations to get people to feel sorry for them. Because right after she came with the crying and the tears and saying the 50 Cent Lunchgate scandal thing went down, she gonna come try and clap at Treecey like, oh, my daughter get allowance. Well, why are you misappropriating the funds if she's getting an allowance? Wouldn't that have went on her lunch? Like, I just don't get it, guys. There's no winners in this at all. Like TC said, nobody wins here. I'm not on nobody's side, but nobody is clearly a winner here in this situation. So that's all I was doing, TC, is just reading you guys' comments. If you guys want to comment on this whole FyeBabe Treecey thing, I can get into reading your comments, have a discussion about it. If not, TC, you know me. I get on here, say what I gotta say, and shut it down. Are you doing a call-in? I didn't think about it right now, but I probably could. You want to call in? Hold on, let me see if it'll come through this phone. Hold on 1 second. I'm not going to do that big, long conference thing. Try this right here, TC, if you want. Yeah, you guys can call in, state your case. Thank you to the 4 people watching. 3 thumbs up. I mean, I just want to hear, like, your opinions on it. I formed my opinion already, but if you guys have anything to say, by all means. Let's see. Let me get this hooked up to the speaker. So I'm here. Hold on. All right, so it's connected. Let me see. TC, that's my phone number where people call me and speak to me. $2 a minute. Oh, wait a minute. I be trying to get my little funds up over here the right way. Spirituality. I'm just seeing if the phone is working, y'all. Because sometimes it. There it goes. So the. Alright, so we up and running. We got the phone working. If you guys want to call in and talk about it. Yeah, TC. I offered a olive branch, not that him and I are having any problems or anything, to Jay Wilson to debate him publicly about his faith and about why he believed. You calling? Excuse me, why he believes. All right, wait a minute. Why he believed the way he believed. All right, it's not coming through. Yeah. I just want to, to the 3 people watching, I just extended him an olive branch to have a public debate, to try to open up my platform more, get more engaged with these YouTube streets. But I mean, this is the way I want to do it. But TZ, the phone is here if you want to call in. And if not, I know it's late. I'll do it tomorrow. I promise. I'll do just a straight call in. Oh shit! Here we go. Hello,
TC.
TC.
Press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hey TC, it's ReligionWinked TV. Hi.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. How are you? Welcome, sis. How are you doing?
I am super fantastic.
What
Thank you.
What are you doing up this time of morning?
Oh, I know, right? Well, I'm fasting for Ramadan.
Okay, praise God.
And so I'm on my, I guess you could say my next, doing my protein shakes and all that other kind of good stuff, and meditating and reading and things of that nature.
Okay. Listen, you're gonna be in a better state of mind, health, physically, all of that. Absolutely.
Exactly.
You know what?
I am not Muslim. However, like I tell people who are not Muslim or people who don't understand spirituality, that nobody has a patent on righteousness.
Amen. So true.
Nobody has a patent on, cleansing and fasting and bettering yourself.
Absolutely true there, sis. And that's the same thing with religion. Nobody one religion. Like, you can't say who's right, who's wrong. You can't go through the world and nobody has a patent on God. Nobody has a patent. I feel the same way you feel. I feel that way spiritually. Anybody can, be righteous if they want to be righteous. It's a choice, right?
There you go. If they want to be. See, we live in the realm of what we call free will, different from other realms in the universe. And what folks don't understand is that because we have free will, we can choose to do the right thing.
That's right.
Or not.
That's right. That's right. So let me ask you a question. In the comments, you said nobody wins. Can you explain that with FyeBabe and Treecey?
Right. Let me just say this. When it comes down to YouTube and this one-dimensional thinking. Black women, I really am. I'm always saddened to see Black women having altercations that don't need to be, that are not necessary. I really, and I'm gonna tell you, sis, I really believe that everybody has their hand in this pot. I believe the subscribers, the people that are in the subscribers,
Yes.
they're in the chat,
Yes.
they have instigated lots of things towards YouTube, the content creators. I believe that they have instigated, or going back, carry bone here, carry bone there, misinterpreted here, misinterpreted there. The other piece is, as a content, then flip it. On the other side, the content creators have to, it's either, is this entertainment, or, you keep your hands off of this, or this is where the blurred lines are, or these are the boundaries. And everyone has their different interpretation of it, and then some people get away with it and other people do not. It's a mess.
It is. And you know what I say, Miss TC, sometimes to the 3 people watching, this is Miss TC on the phone, White Girl Read, and she's giving her opinion about the FyeBabe Treecey situation. A lot of people, the following, like you said, the subscribers, having the energy that's being fed to some of the content creators like FyeBabe and Treecey, it goes to their head a little bit, I think. And, it's easy to get on and see 400 or 500 people come to your live chat to do what? To see you do what? To feed you how? How are they encouraging you? And I agree with you that a lot of their supporters, FyeBabe and Treecey's, is just feeding them false energy, like getting behind them in the wrong way, encouraging them.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. And you know what? Let me just say this. I see. I like what you said. You said something before I called in, and we have a woman that doesn't have any children, and we have a woman who does have children.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not speaking of these 2 in particular, but just overall in general, women in general.
Right.
All women that biologically birth a child don't make them a mother.
I did say that. Absolutely, TC. That's so true.
You know what I'm saying? And those women who did not biologically birth, that doesn't make them less than
a woman.
A mother.
Exactly. That's true.
Woman.
That's true.
Situations and circumstances that only the Creator understands why.
That is so true.
And I will say this, because I am not, I did not biologically birth 3 children, and that was completely by choice. But this is the thing. I have so many young people who I have raised. Mm-hmm. I have little, I call them grand little people that I have now, because my children have children now. And all of my children that went to college, now that they have careers, most of them are like in their 30s.
Oh, wow. Good for you.
And they have, children now, and their children are in my programs in here in Philadelphia. They're now in the 8th grade, and they see me and they say, "There's Miss TC. Oh, I know I'm in a good place because I know she did this for me. Oh, she's more of a firecracker than she was when even I was going. Oh, you gonna get it." And they trust me with their children. So I'm blessed, and I love it. And when people say Happy Mother's Day to me, I receive it. Absolutely. I receive it, and I'm grateful for it.
Yep. And I appreciate you saying that for the women that don't have children and didn't biologically, because there's a stigma against them. Oh, their eggs are bad. You don't know why God didn't have them to have children, So I appreciate you saying that.
Right. Exactly. And sometimes, some people, if they didn't, find that person, they said that they weren't going to do it. That's just that.
Yep.
Some people don't want to raise a child by themselves and have these heartaches and stuff that we see out here. It is a lot.
I have a sister. She's 54, and she made a conscious decision not to have children. And she has a whole host of nieces and nephews, that help her celebrate her birthday every year. She takes us all out to either Olive Garden or Cracker Barrel, wherever, Cheesecake
Oh, yes.
Factory. And that's how she celebrates the children. She made a vow not to have any.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Sometimes, and this is the thing, when we don't know each other's stories, which we don't, we jump to the hurting each other with, okay, your eggs are fine and your eggs are over easy, hardball,
What a, right.
that
Right.
we go towards the hurtfulness of it,
Mm-hmm.
or we'll say this, flip it. Let me just say this. I used to, but I've gotten a lot better at it. Sis. I don't necessarily give my unsolicited advice all the time when it comes to raising children, because I realize this, that even though I say all of these are my children and this, that, and the other, there is still a very special, magical, miraculous blessing that comes with conception and holding a child for 9 months and giving birth.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
That is that process of bringing forth life that way. It is the most powerful than anything on the face of this earth.
It is. I agree.
Most powerful. That's why, we could talk about it, but so I get it. And so when I saw, when I hear people and they start to crying about their children, and don't get me wrong, I don't know all the logistics or the issues around the 50 Cent thing.
Right.
I will say this, and I know this to be true because I went to school with predominantly other people.
Okay.
And my mother, I saw something, and my mother had to get in the wall, checkmate, and think, and one lady says, why can't she just go to a 2-year college? My mother was like, why not a 6-year? Why not a doctorate? What are you talking about?
Exactly. Why? Exactly.
When trust me when I tell you, when we're in their space, their standards for us are always less than. If we don't, and so here's the thing, 50 Cent, I put it to you this way. I will not allow, I don't care who, what, where, when, or why. If I see a child to this day, if I see a child and they need some food, they're going to get fed. And they're hungry, and I see it in their eyes, and I know it's around that time. That's lunchtime, they're going to get something to eat.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Was it trust and verified? Do we know that actually happened at school? I've seen her tell a lie don't care who tell it, right? That's her favorite slogan. And we really don't know. We didn't see anybody from the school verify this. We didn't see any paperwork, any documentation. We don't know if it truly happened or if this was just a call for like money or to get sympathy. So that's a tough one. That's why I said right, wrong, or indifferent. We really don't know what happened because this woman has said other things out her mouth that was not truthful.
Absolutely. And you're right. You're absolutely right. Yes, that is if in the event that kind of thing did happen, and it does happen. The thing that took me out was that this has happened 5 times. So
You didn't hear what I said about that. I did. I said, y'all, she almost had me fooled. You gotta watch that video. She almost had me fooled a little bit, but I said if it happened 5 times, why did she get online? They feed her the other 4 times? Why not feed her this
Mhm.
time, right? Or
There you go. Exactly.
and
Right.
if it happened 5 times, why did you wait to get online with this one? Why didn't you come live with the other ones? Like, it just didn't make sense to me.
Gotcha. I understood. I understand. And so here we have it again. Like, is this click and bait? Like, is this real? So now we get to thinking, like, or questioning, and we start like really not trusting each other. And that's not a good place and a good space to be when you can't even trust anyone with a regular story.
Because what happens now if the house burned down, allegedly, and we all gonna look like, oh no, maybe the house ain't burned down, and they could be in the fire. But that's what happens when you tell stories that can be unbelievable over and over and over. When it's a real serious issue, the rest of the world is gonna look at you like, oh, that ain't true now, and again, the house could be on fire.
Exactly. Well, it's that's why it's like nobody wins.
Right. Absolutely, TC. We agree there.
Yeah, you're right. When something really happens and when we really need each other,
right?
Now you can't. Now, you're skeptical because, like, here we've been through this, we've gone through something like this on a smaller level. Here and now you're ramping it up to a bigger level. I do say this though, and I like the fact that you do what you do.
Thank you.
I think that we have bigger fish to fry.
Thank you.
Oh. And we need to learn about, let me say this person, 46 minus 1.
Okay, right.
Okay. Has signed various executive orders, over hundreds of them. Many of them, most of them, are going to affect us in particular.
Like they always do.
It's going to affect everybody. However, those of us that when we don't know about them, it's going to affect us the most because we don't know what's coming. How about that?
Yeah. And that's why my spirit, I like being in this sector. I like being anywhere Black people are. Just believe you me. But even though we're in this sector, TC, I know your greatest fighter than the fights that we see on YouTube. The women issues, the Black people issues, the issues that's coming down from 46 minus 1. The way this world is moving, how they trying to put a wall up, I think to keep us in. I don't think it's to keep the drugs out. I think they trying to keep us in because they know we waking up. They know once.
That wall has nothing to do with us, but I'm going to be honest with you. There's some other little things like this real ID card.
Oh.
Everybody, we need to dissect that. Like, let me just say this. Back in the day, we had think tanks. We had various people. Everybody has their area of expertise. And we would have people that would break down, okay, these people over here would break down the politics. These people over here break down education. Dr. Francis Presswelden talks about the 9 areas of living. And because we can understand how it's going to affect us in its totality. So we'll be ready. So I'm not saying that we're not going to be challenged, but at least when you know what kind of fight you're going into, you can be prepared for it. Folks are not going to be prepared. They're going to be blindsided. They're going to be, and they're going to lose a lot because we have indulged in frivolous activity and frivolous behavior, and then taking a lot of our time and indulge in frivolous activity.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
unfortunately, we're, talking about Cardi B, and I could
Right.
care all that
Right. Oh my God, Miss
about Will
TC.
Smith,
Oh.
Cardi B, whatever.
Can I just to say something to that effect? Now, all of my videos that got over 2,000 views, I have about maybe 5 to 6 of them was on like the Jesse Smollett's or the Tasha K's or the Wendy Williams or the Avion Fosters, that's sleeping with her husband allegedly. And all of my other stuff, like my teachings, the morning reads, get 20 or 30 views. So, okay,
Mm-hmm.
I feel if I wanted to grow, I can just let God go and just start doing celebrity gossip because I feel I get the views on the celebrity gossips. But that's not me,
Mm-hmm.
TC. That I don't
Mm-hmm.
care about their business. And I always say the only name I want to come up off of is the name of God. That's who got me
Gotcha.
up. That's who got me where I am today. Nobody else's name gave me grace. Nobody else's name saved me from my own sins or taught me how to, make better choices for my life so I'm not out here doing the most wickedest things. You know what I'm saying? So that's the
Mm-hmm.
name I want to come up off of. But you can't do a video without mentioning somebody else's name. It's like, and then the minute you mention other people's name, oh, you clout chasing. No, but I realize if I do celebrity gossip, I mean, I got one video almost up to 5,000 views, but that's not me. I could care less what celebrities doing. If the celebrities will listen to our teachings and listen to what we trying to say, maybe we won't be talking about them because they won't be making the headlines.
Right. Well,
you know.
see, here's the key, sis. And hear me clearly. Now,
Yes, ma'am.
I don't really care about those people. However, there's a way to spin it, and because you will understand your population of people that are listening, or listening, they want to hear certain things. So I get you. Go ahead and have that talk about what's going on, and then talk about the Jesse Smollett's and Wendy, but then talk about it and then slant it into something positive,
Right,
like.
or spiritual without using Bible verses to turn people off. Because one thing I say, we sip on worldly
Mm-hmm.
news, but we chase it with spirituality. Like I can talk about the Wendy's and the Jessies, but I will include that little subliminal Bible verse or some kind of positive teaching.
Absolutely.
Spin it with a uplifting situation or a way out. You're absolutely right. That's how I do it when I do it.
Right. Right. I know, and I noticed that you do it, and there are other people who kind of, I guess you could say, take that approach, and I understand. That's why oftentimes when I see a title, I don't necessarily not chime in. I'll chime in, and I want to see where it's going, where it's headed,
Okay.
and then I'll check it out, throughout, or whatever the case may be. But I will, because some people know how to spin it and make it into, or take it and make it into something that can be a worthwhile lesson. I totally agree, because we can all learn from Wendy Williams and a situation like what she's going through in terms of the marriage, and just these violations that's all across the board. Jesse Smollett, and just and teaching young people about being careful and mindful of some things.
Right.
I used the
Being
Kanika
honest.
Williams. I remember Kanika Williams.
Mm-hmm.
That situation, I was just that situation tore me down, because she reminded me of my young student who go off to college or who have graduated, and that they're getting their life started. And so I tell my young people, I never forget after that, Kanika, during that time, I made sure that I had some emergency meetings with all of my young people and those that were in college. When they came home, I had emergency sessions with them and their parents, because I want these parents to know what's happening and going on. And we talked about friends and your girlfriends and going to these parties in the hotels. Stop, parents. Stop with all of this, the prom, then they go to the hotel. Folks are so jealous of people, it's ridiculous. They set each other up.
Yeah.
They will sell these girls' body parts, literally, to people, and we all know organs and stuff, and that black market is real.
It's real, absolutely, absolutely.
And so we can make a ratchet situation actually very holistic.
And that's what I try to do. If I talk about any, like in the morning read, I just talk about God, read the Bible. But
There you go. That's what's up.
I have all this other time on this channel. I do the mental health on Mondays. So on Tuesdays and Thursdays, it's like a free day. Wednesday is a free day. Like everything other than the morning read. So when I come on, I'm trying to learn how to title my titles and make my content say what the titles say. And I'm trying to draw the audience and build up the crowd, and we know we don't need a lot of people for us to be on the same page and get the truth out. But these are some of the things I'm working on my own channel, trying to, like right now, the title says FyeBabe versus Treecey. We talked about that. We gave our conclusion, but I'm going to go and add, a little bit more to the title, because we definitely got beyond that a little bit right now and talking about other things. But this is what I like to talk about. These are the kind of conversations I love to have.
Right. And you know what? Because it's Mother's Day, I think that I think we need to continue to have this conversation. And I think because this sparked this situation, I think we need to talk about Mother's Day and all that it is, right. and paying reverence to mothers and feminine energy, but also putting things in proper perspective, that even in biblical times, there were women who didn't have children,
yes,
that were jealous of women who did, and there were women who had a whole bunch of children that didn't need to have, and the women who didn't step in and help those others. We need to get it together and round it off with proper perspective, using them. Yeah, take them. Yep, they're the content. Yep, but this is the thing. We're gonna put the content in context.
Right. And what people know I do is I don't drag, I don't insult, I don't disrespect the people I talk about. But I try to give them a way out, whether they listen to my video or not. I'll have a message for Treecey and I'll have a message for FyeBabe at the end of it, like we're doing here. Take what seems to be a bad situation between two people, and like you said, it's Mother's Day weekend, give it a positive twist to it. And I like what you said. Not all women are meant to be mothers, and all mothers, are not to be, aren't considered women. You know what I'm saying? And then there's some women that should not be shunned upon because they don't have children, and I like this conversation where it's going.
Right. And I just really, I would really like for women to have this conversation. I think, oftentimes, the men, I feel like we all speak out of turn. Let the men need to sit down. They don't need to, I know that they have their channels. They can do what they want. Yeah. I think the men need to address the men. I think that the men need to talk to the men and handle the men. And I think the men need to be talking about what men could do better and how they can be more helpful. I think the men need to get on here and talk about the job opportunities that there are for men.
Yeah.
That and help them to talk about education, or if you're not going to get education, these are some various things that you need to start looking at and doing. I think that we're out of order in many situations.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever folks, and this is my thing, and this is the bottom line. Whatever folks do in their bedroom is their business.
Absolutely, I agree.
And that's the bottom line.
I agree.
No pun intended. No pun intended with the word bottom. But this is the thing. we still walk with we still all have a vessel, and we walk it.
I agree with you, TC. I mean, what I feel God is doing, the Spirit, the Ruach, the Most High God, the Holy Spirit is doing, is bringing like-minded people together. This world is so broken, not just in this sector of YouTube, but you see a lot of broken people, a lot of lost souls, a lot of people that don't quite understand that there is a spiritual side to living. And that be my fight over here. If people could just hear a little bit, and I don't believe all the Bible is right. Anybody that follow me know when I get to something that don't sound like God, that sound like it's mankind trying to enslave God's people, I say, wait, this don't sound right. So I'm not a diehard Bible girl. I'm a diehard child of God. But there's some things in this Bible I be looking at like, wait a minute, God, this don't sound like you was enslave people, or put masters over people, or
absolutely,
or steer us back into darkness, or lead us to the slaughterhouse to be slain, as the sheep of the world. So there's some things with the Bible I say is not true, and so yeah,
absolutely.
I'm not,
and I'm glad that you put it that way, because and here's the thing, I've been overseas. I've been to Kuwait,
for you.
And I've also been to Jordan, and I've been to Israel, and I've been to various countries in Africa. Here's the thing. Bottom line, and I've been to Egypt. This is the thing. The Bible has been in the English language is a bastardized version of the original text.
Absolutely.
And we know this. Therefore, we must be able to know a little bit of the Hebrew, the Amharic, the Arabic. We must know a little bit of Yiddish. We must know the Metaneta. We must be able to read the Bible in context so that we can understand and decode the message, you see. Many books have been taken out of the Bible, and many books have been, I guess you could say, reinterpreted and misinterpreted. We all know that the angels that we see in the churches or wherever are not the angels that were the original angels. They were angels that during Greco-Roman time were made from female images into male images. We do know that the Most High, most people call, and it's not God, it's the Most High, is as feminine and male energy. There is a duality.
It is male and female, absolutely.
Male and female. And when they break down the whole Bible story of Adam and Eve, it is. So let me just say this. I don't subscribe to the interpretations always of some people, and because I can decode a lot of the message. And back in the day, you know what the elders used to say? Read the Bible with the Holy Spirit.
Absolutely.
And I get it. I get it. Now, I get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am. Not to cut
my
you
grandmother
off.
said. My grandmother said, "Read it for yourself."
That's
I
right.
didn't read it because Pastor so and so, and
That's
and if he
right.
gave, no, I read it for myself.
Yep.
To thyself be true. Know
Yep.
thyself.
That's what happened to me 5 years ago, TC. I was sitting in church one day and I knew I heard something the pastor said that I didn't read that in the Bible. It didn't sound like I read it in the Bible. I went home, I read the passage for myself, and that's the day I said, Lord, I don't want to hear from nobody else but you. I need your truth. And I've been
There
seeking
you
the
go.
truth ever since. I'm not going to listen to any, I'll listen to you, like minded spirits, kindred spirits, but I couldn't keep listening to the Roman Greek way of teaching that they taught us through Christianity. And this leads me to earlier, I was listening to Brother Jay, right? Not to be calling names or anything, but I like these people. I don't worship people, TC. I like
There you go.
people, but I don't worship people, okay?
Well,
So,
but let me say this, because a lot of people think it's real spooky, but they get it all wrong. And it mentions this in the Torah, and it mentions this in various parts of the Bible, and it talks about when we were born, and that we were born. When we were born, we were all put here, and we all have a higher purpose.
right.
Right? When we were put here, we were assigned spirit guides and warriors to protect us along our journey.
Yeah.
And we have those spirit guides, and we have those warriors that protect us. In the Bible, they say principalities and authorities thereof, on and on and on. Okay, great. Here's the thing. We don't realize that we have our own spirit guides that work with us every single day.
Yeah. Ooh,
and we need to know their name. We don't know their name. Samuel, Gabriel, Raphael. We don't speak our angels' names.
No.
They were assigned to us.
Yeah.
And when we speak their name, we're not worshiping many gods. We're calling on them
for help
to do the work that they were assigned by the Most High.
Right, for us, right. Now that part I get, absolutely.
They worship us.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
They worship us. You ever hear the saying, they worship the ground that you walk on?
Absolutely.
Boom. Right. Yo, people they don't understand that in the Bible it speaks of those spirits that will worship the ground that we walk on.
That's right. I do believe that. I do.
Yes. We are the ones that they worship, not us worship them. So here's the thing: in Christianity, most of these people who, Christ wasn't a Christian, so let's forget that. However, the teachings of Christ are very important.
Absolutely.
And the thing is that those people, when you read the Hebrew, and you know this, most people don't know that you really read from right to left.
Right.
Right? And in any ancient scribe, ancient text, from the Coptic, from the Metaneter, from the Indians, from India, all of those, the Dravidian people, whatever, they read from right to left, not left to right. So when the barbarians were reading our spiritual text, they got it all wrong.
Yeah. And they for the love of God, this is what I don't understand, TC. When people like you, myself, when we begin to share the light with other people around us, it's like we're speaking to a wall. It's like we know they understand what we're saying, but for some reason they're not comprehending the truth.
Yes, the reason why they can't comprehend the truth. It's because they can't comprehend it coming from us.
That okay. All right. Now you talking my language. Okay, because remember that old saying, they it don't look at the messenger but hear the message, right? People
Boom.
still have a problem looking at the messenger instead of receiving the message. Okay.
Absolutely. And that
Okay.
goes not only to us, but that goes to them too. Because we have messages as well. And oftentimes they're like, they can't accept it because in their mindset, their whole mindset, their pathology has taken them to such a point of sickness and disease where because we are, or a person looks the way they look or whatever, they can't receive the real message nor discern and utilize their pineal gland to be
Mm.
able to pick up the message.
Okay. And I know some people just is not there spiritually, and I don't force it on family or friends or anybody else, you know. But we
Mm-hmm.
definitely have to keep speaking and teaching and living that life. Now, the reason why I was up, I was laying on the bed, excuse me, and I heard Jay Wilson over there talking about the Bible and certain things, right? And he was talking
Mm-hmm.
about how it's anthropological and he was using all these big words. And then he said, and if it ain't Greek, I don't want it or something to that effect. I said, wait a minute. That's what my spiritual ear like. Because I did a video joking with him one day called Pastor the Uneducated Negro and why I don't do Jesus. This was before you had mentioned the miseducation of the Negro. Remember, I started doing that
Okay.
and I did a book summary on that. But I realized that
Mm.
people are miseducated even to the Bible. Some Christians don't realize that the Greeks gave us this interpretation of Christianity to deceive us. So I went on
Mm-hmm.
live. I did a live. I said the great debate, you know, with Brother Jay Wilson, and I invited him to do a debate live about the Bible, about spirituality, about our faith as you know Christians who know when some of us know we're not the real Christians or the you know we know we are the real people of the Bible, whatever. And I just wanted to
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
debate him publicly. And so I hope he accepts my invitation so that we can have these kind of conversations from this platform live, but you know, involve other people because I do have the conference call. Maybe you could get on and host the show while I debate other people in the faith and just encourage one another. Iron sharpens iron. And it's not to say you're wrong, I'm right. It's just to say, hey, you're a
Mm-hmm.
black person, I'm a black person. You're educated, I'm educated. Let's put the topic on the table about the Bible and let's see where we come out, you know, at the end of it. Hopefully we all, you know, learn something out of it and can begin to grow.
Absolutely.
But
I like that idea. I think that we need to, take various stories and let's dissect it.
I,
I like to take the story of Pam and dissect it again, but because FyeBabe did it and they keep thinking that we're Hamites, and I'm
oh,
just like,
oh my God. Not to cut you off, Miss TC. I had got a
mm-hmm,
request because right after she did hers, Miss Olivia did hers, right, which was a lot better. And then somebody shot me an email and said, Miss Religion, can you please break down the story of Ham? I'm like, look, if there is a curse of Ham, it's Hams. It don't belong to Shem. I
exactly.
was like, wait a minute.
You know what I'm
I was
saying?
like, if
Like,
it
what
is his, it's his. It's not ours. He's the father of the, you know, the Hamites, the Egyptians, the Canaanites, the Nimrods. I said, well, you know, I can't. I have all my stuff in my file to do it, but I take my time. I pray. I want to make sure I got all the teaching, but. I was asked to do that. And I thought about it. And the first thing my spirit said, hell, if it is Hams, it belongs to Ham. It don't belong to us.
Right. And see, here's the thing. It really doesn't even belong to Ham. It actually belongs
To
to the fourth
Japheth,
son.
the third
And
son, Japheth, right?
you understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So here's the thing. Even if you did something as small and short and sweet as just the lineage, see, just doing the lineage.
Hold on, not to cut you off. And it's funny you say that because I said in order for me to do that, I have to go back to Seth, who is the third son of Adam and Eve. And when you look at their lineage, Cain had children, came all the way down to Tubal Cain. Seth had children, came all the way down to Noah. So I will have to go back to the lineage just to show that, and then I can start talking about Noah and his three sons. TC, you're my kind of woman right now, because you make my spirit leap. Whenever you come in my live chat, whenever we talk, these are the kind of women I surround myself with who can encourage me, or if I'm thinking something, you come along and you validate it, or you confirm it, not validate it. You confirm what I already have been praying about or talking. And there's a couple of women in my life like you. And I'm like, it got to be some truth to it. Don't just start at Ham. You got to go back to the lineage just a little bit, bring it down, because not even everybody know that Adam and Eve had a third son.
Exactly. They don't
even know. They don't even know.
Right. They don't get it. And it's a situation, but you know, it is what it is. But once, this is the thing, once I got the lineage, but the other thing that, and this is late, because later on down the line, most of my people have ADD. So you got to make sure, please, don't overload them. So let me just say this, no pun intended. Read some Bible verses, but don't read too much. They don't get it.
Right.
They overload it. And I'm talking real sis. I'm talking real. I'm not trying to throw no shade to nobody.
No, it has to come my way a little bit, because my videos sometimes be 2 and 3 hours long. There's a lot of meat and potatoes in there. But because they see how long it is, they don't click on my videos. If I could say what needs to be said around that 10-15 minute mark, I will have more views, I will have more subscribers, and you're talking to me. And another thing, TC, I learned to do is not say John 8:44. Just say the Bible verse, or say it in a way where I'm not even quoting the Bible verse, but I'm saying the same thing the Bible verse is saying. Slip it in there. They get it and don't even realize they got a Bible verse. You know, I'm working on things like that. I'm working on it. Because the Bible
we need a new
way
type of branding of the ministry. You're not on a job. Remember, and I tell people this, I don't have a job, I'm on assignment.
Absolutely.
And I take my assignments very seriously. And you know how I teach my children how to take the SAT and the ACT? You know how I do it?
How?
I played the trombone.
Okay.
I played in the band. I played in the band, symphonic band, all through high school, junior high school, all that good stuff. And then when I went to college, I was in the marching band.
My daughter
jazz band.
My daughter too. She plays the flute.
Oh. Okay.
She's left-handed.
So what I do now, because the young people need to see, because you got YouTube and I can put it up on the screen and whatnot. I'll bring my trombone in.
Okay.
And the name of my class is called Word Up.
Wow, that's special. All right, TC, let me give you some love. Hello to the one person out there watching. Thank you to YouTube land. Come over and hear TC's testimony about how she encourages her children to take the ACTs and the SATs. Please, please, please come over and join us. This is some real grown adult conversation going on. Very positive and educational. Thank you all. Go ahead, TC. You got the floor. I'm learning this. I still get a little nervous, but I'm gonna work it out. You know the race is
Oh,
not for the
you're gonna be
swift.
fine.
The wait is
You're
not.
gonna be fine.
Thank
We'll put it.
you.
You know, we're all gonna be here to help each other, and you're gonna be able to, you know, continue to do what you're doing. You've been sticking it out, and you've been steadfast and forthright. And trust me, you are in the right place at the right time.
Absolutely.
So let me just say thank you for the forum. But I tell my kids, I bring down the what do you call it, the drum lines, the battle of the bands, and all that good stuff.
Oh wow, that's right up our alley. We live for that kind of stuff around here.
Right. And you know, I went to 2 HBCs. I graduated from North Carolina A&T, and for my undergrad, and I have my master's from Lincoln University, here in Pennsylvania. Wow. And we had the battle of the bands, and I'm still in the battle of the bands. So my students love it. I get in there and I'm marching. Yes. First thing I do, I come in there marching with my band, with my trombone. Yes. And they're like, first of all, it's 10 o'clock on a Saturday. You gotta pop it. You gotta make it energetic. Yeah. You have to. I'm a chakra person. You have got to open up their heart chakras, because it's so flooded and so overloaded and so unfortunately blocked with all the negative, nonsensical stuff, that when the good stuff is around them, if it was a snake, it would bite them.
Oh, and you know what? I agree with you. I say right has become wrong, and wrong is the new right nowadays.
Exactly. So when I come in there and they hear me playing the trombone, they're like, oh my God. And then I put on my battle of the bands and I start marching and stuff like that. And I start getting the boom, 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 boom. And then and they get it, and then they wake up and they're like, oh, okay. And then I start talking about time management, and I go back in the day where we had our rap music. I said, how many people here have friends? And they're like, oh, I got a lot of friends. I said, really? I said, I want you to listen. I said, I want you to listen to this. And then I go back to Houdini. Friends, yes. How many of us have them, right?
Hey. That's right, Treecey.
And then I'll take out like 2 or 3 words from the SAT and the ACT prep booklet. Okay. And then I'll put in those words, and I'll talk about friends, time management, college. Anybody know what auspicious means? Okay, so here's the thing. And then I said, look it up. We're gonna put this in a sentence right here, right now. And then we put it, and we make it fit their everyday life.
I call that simplistic teaching, the simplest common denominator to help the person understand what you're saying. And sometimes you have to give it to them in the way they can relate to it. TC, that's why I don't come on here with a collar. I don't call myself a prophet. I don't profess to be a pastor, a preacher. I just come on here very simple and deliver what thus saith the Lord.
There you go. You're on assignment, honey. We are on assignment. Whatever I have to be, a butcher, a baker, a candlestick maker,
I'm on assignment.
I'm on assignment. If I have to, listen, don't get it twisted. If I have to get out there and rally up the troops and organize block by block by block and do what I have to do in politics, which is what I'm in, that's education and politics. I work for a politician, a very high profile politician here in Philly. It's no thing. I can do that too. When it comes down to helping young people find money to go to college, I can do that too. As well. No problem.
Absolutely. I'm multitasking. I can multitask that way and multifaceted that way, where I'm just not, I have a degree in business. I've been in the nursing industry since 95. Hell, I even started my own nursing agency where I'm trying. Wow. Yeah, TC, let me tell you. I've been a nurse since 2005, and I got a little tired. I got fired from my last job January 14th, but 2017, I went and got a DBA. I named my nursing agency I Love Nursing Relief, because who doesn't need a nursing relief, or need who? All nursing homes, hospitals are short, right? They're always
Yes.
understaffed. So the agency is called I Love Nursing Relief, right? Agency. I'm a nurse myself, so if I raise $3,000, I can contract just like the agencies do with the long-term care nursing homes and the hospitals. I can contract myself. That's why I got on YouTube, not to be quick to raise money, of course, get the word of God out there, but that's why I got
Mhm.
here. I said, once I get to 1K, start earning revenue. Yeah, I still work, I start back working in like maybe a week or two, but I can hire nurses and send 2 to 3 nurses to work as well. Sit here from
Wow, that's a
home.
blessing.
It is. That's why I said my nursing license is good and good standing. And I'm not working as a nurse right now because I got fired from my last job. They all ganged up on me, them demons in that office. And sometimes you can't, it be you against many, like you against Legion, right? Remember,
Mhm.
Legion is many. And they all ganged up on me and started saying my work wasn't no good when they brought me in there to clean up the office, right? And I was doing
Yeah.
PPDs
Right.
and physicals and things like that. So they all ganged up on me. I lost my job, but I have a nursing agency I'm sitting on, and I'm raising funds any way I can. I'm not out here doing anything illegal. I'm not lying. I'm not cheating, scamming, killing, destroying God's people, because that's what the devil do. But anytime I could push my Cash App or my PayPal, or go to my website, go to Teespring, buy my merch. Once I get
Mhm.
to $3,000, I can contract for myself and be an independent contractor. Once I get to
There
eight
you go.
thousand dollars, I can hire 2 to 5 nurses, and that they'll have workers' compensation, they'll have the disability, errors and omissions, professional liability, and general liability. I could send people to work. So keep me in prayer. That's my ultimate goal. I'm 51 years old, and I would love to own my at home. Long as I don't incorporate it and call it a LLC, like a professional corporation,
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
can do
Mhm.
it. I
Exactly.
can do it under the LPN, under my New York State license. So pray for me. Keep me in prayer. That's what I'm
You're
out
gonna
here
be fine.
doing. Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be fine. And most of you nurses. My mother is a nurse,
Okay.
and she's in New York. She's still working.
Okay. God bless
She
her. We in the same state.
she
Okay.
yeah, and she's in New York. She's been nursing now. My
Okay.
mother's 79. She'll be 79 this week coming up. God, thank
Okay.
God.
It's one of
And
the
she's still
best
working.
fields. It's one of the best fields to be in, because someone is always getting sick,
Absolutely.
always need long-term care, rehabilitation. So yeah, always going to the doctor's office or something, hospital visits.
And so
So,
let me let you know that there are spirits that are with you.
uh-huh.
Number one, let me explain something, because
Okay.
this is specifically for nurses. See, once you start studying the alchemy,
Mhm.
you're gonna be fine, because here's the thing: nurses are the miracle workers.
Mhm.
They are
Mhm.
truly
Mhm.
a blessing from God.
Amen.
Period.
That's true.
From the Most High, that you all are that line.
Mm.
Here's the thing: you got to um you got to garner up your protection,
Okay.
and make sure, and Yahoo, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, because
Yahoo.
the persecution against my finances, the attacks
But
against,
but but wait, no, don't use that
don't
word.
even
Don't use
claim it,
those words.
right? Don't claim it.
No. Here's the thing: you have got to. You are okay.
Go ahead, take your time. I'm eager
You
to learn. Take your time.
we're not being persecuted. They don't have the power nor the right, because we are our lineage. we have the covenant.
I feel
Here's
you.
the thing.
I feel you
We
there.
have to learn. We have to learn the finance system in which we live. So even in the Helios Biblicals that we read, it says learn the laws and the rules of the state or the states in which you live.
Okay.
We have not spent any time understanding rules and regulations.
Right.
We do things and we make mistakes. We do things and we hear from other people. I'm not saying you, in general, and we make mistakes.
Absolutely. No, you're right. Absolutely.
Okay? And therefore, we have to spin the narrative. We have to redirect, and we have to talk in the affirmative and not the negative.
Not the negative. And me saying I'm persecuted is the negative. And,
right,
yeah,
because you're saying that somebody has the power to do that.
Right,
Are you kidding?
And they don't, right?
No.
Absolutely.
No, this is because what is it? Yahweh, I am.
That I am.
That I am.
That I
am. And therefore, I am responsible, and I'm going to take responsibility.
Absolutely.
When you walk into those places, those nursing homes, those institutions, or those hospitals, you must understand that there's energy that is walking in those places that you must learn how to protect yourself.
You got it.
Nobody has taught you how to protect yourself from that. You're an excellent nurse. You know your craft.
Yeah.
You know your business. But in those nursing homes, because there's so much confusion,
yes,
manipulation.
Come on, talk, Treecey. Talk.
Yes.
I was just working in a nursing agency, and all of that was going on in there. Talk, Treecey. Come on.
And so you gotta protect you. When we walk up in places, we have to, we have to walk with our stuff. We gotta be armed. And I'm not talking about having a gun like these crazy nuts on YouTube.
Armed, absolutely, because we wrestle not against flesh and blood. Absolutely, it's a spiritual kind of arm.
Shit, and I work in politics. Okay, so I get it.
That's another negative energy arena.
What?
Yeah.
Well, see, here's the thing. Yeah, it's many bloodsuckers. Here's the thing. But, and as I turned it around on this guy, he's a friend of mine. He's an elder. He's a Mason. He said, politics, many bloodsuckers. I said, yeah, that's true. But remember, there were bloodsuckers that were also used to suck the disease out of situations. Don't forget that.
Oh, that's so true. They would put the bloodsuckers on the wound itself, and it would just suck and suck. I do know accounts of that. Absolutely true.
You're a nurse. You know what they used to do back in the day? They used to take those little things, those bloodsuckers, and they would suck the. You know that.
We call them leeches. Yeah, either leeches or bloodsuckers. Absolutely. So that's a good analogy to the world of politics.
So turn that stuff around. You dig what I'm saying? And that you guys all right. Exactly. And this is why I'm on assignment. I don't get into the tomfoolery stuff. I don't get into any of that. The bashing. I see it a mile away, and I'm like, okay, got you. This is what we're not going to do.
Right.
And things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? And they know when I'm coming, they must see my spirit coming with me because I bring them with me. My spirits are employed. I have them they're not on the unemployment line because I call on them every day.
They working just as hard as you.
What? knocking doors down, block, block, boom, bang, pop, pop, rock, and there it is.
All right, I definitely learned something in that avenue, because the Christianity mindset is to teach people we are persecuted, but I've been on the hunt. I know the devil is afraid of me because I've been persecuting him just a little bit, calling him out.
Right. See, that's what we do. There you go. We persecute the devil.
Absolutely. What? Showing you the errors of their ways, showing you who kills, steal, and destroy, who love the money so much that it's the root of, the one thing that gets me with this world is this: they say the love of money is the root of all evil. Who has the money? Who's evil? That I keep it simple. If the love of money is the root of all evil, then it shows you in this world who went through the world to have all the wealth, right?
Yes.
Those would be the evil people to me. So now,
this is the thing.
Go ahead.
There are people. Okay, there are eagles and then there are pigeons.
Oh, okay.
They're not evil. They are working in the capacity in which they were wired for. So a race car could possibly go up to what, like how many 250 miles an hour?
Yeah.
However, if you get on a bicycle, that's not going to do that. So the bicycle is not evil because it doesn't go as fast as the race car.
That's true, looking at it that way.
See, and it's the thing.
It just doesn't perform as
well.
They
are who they are. They are at the level in which they are. They are minions. They are infidels. They are where they are. I am who I am, and I know that I am a queen. And I'm not talking about these queens that they're talking about on YouTube and none of that stuff. We are gods and goddesses. We co-create with the Creator.
Absolutely, I believe that.
You created your business. You have your children. You have your grandchildren. You're creating content and putting it in context for because you are on assignment. You are a creator with the Creator.
Amen.
And therefore, these people don't, and they know, or they already know who you are. And so they are not evil. They are just who they are.
They're on assignment. Some people like that are on assignment.
Boom.
And creating.
They're on their assignment.
They're on their own assignment.
And what you have to do, because I'm around a lot of Caucasians, and they like to spin stuff. And see, what I do is I spin it right with them.
See, here's the thing, Treecey. My great-grandmother is white. My grandmother is white. My mother is mixed with white. So I have white people in my family. And some of the best people in the world, So I come from both sides. Both sides of the spectrum. Like, I love people, but I just know there's a greater cause for our Black people to hear more of the truth of this world, because we were the ones who were left behind and didn't get all of our truth. So yeah, I have white people in my family, and I'm not racist, but my assignment is to speak to the Black side of me right now. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. So, and I'm with you, sis. And I'm with you, and that's the reason why you can see TC White Girl Read.
I know. I like I like that.
Because I'm not gonna gag and roast you. I can't do that way. However,
I don't get ghetto-ness from you. I don't get ratchet from you. I love your profile pic. It's like, your smile. And the TC White Girl Read is like, you're going to get a classy white girl read if I read you kind of thing. But I don't get that from you. Yeah, you're very respectful when I see you out in other chats and things. So I appreciate you tonight.
I know one time somebody I almost went there, and I was like, okay,
Self-control.
move to the move side. I didn't do it. And I was like, okay, cool. hmm it was funny. It was comical,
Mhm.
and things of that nature. Because oftentimes when people see me when I was wearing my headdress that's one of my headdresses, people equate that to Islam because
Right.
they are so, unfortunately, many people are just subjected to what they know and only what they know. And I get it. And instead of asking, like, what is that on your head or whatever, it was more you fake Muslim type. And it was like,
Yeah.
okay, here we go.
And they call me
And
a Christian. I mean, just because I read out of the Bible and my name has religion wink in it does not mean I'm a Christian. I get mislabeled a lot of times over here, the same way
right.
you
And
do.
and and I tell people like you, people like your grandparents, your mom, your dad,
Mm-hmm.
our parents, our lineage, we predate all religious systems.
Oh yeah.
We predate all religious systems. So we were here millions of years ago.
Way before they claimed they taught us anything they ever taught us. And one of the
Before they even existed, I was in
absolutely,
existence.
absolutely, way before then. Definitely.
Right. Before, and I always read this thing called Ego Tripping by Nikki Giovanni.
Okay.
You've got to read that, and I'd love to read it one time on your show because I think that, and it may be for Mother's Day, and I think I would love to read it for somewhere on Mother's Day.
All right, so
Because,
I'll do that for you. Now, here's another thing I do locally. I didn't try to market it online, but I do poetry every year for Mother's Day and Father's Day. I will put it in a frame, give it nice cursive letters or whatever, and I sell them for $10. But like I said, I didn't promote anything online or anything, so I'll probably have a poem that I can read on Mother's Day for people, and yeah, so
oh,
we'll do something. Yeah, we'll do something like that on Mother's Day, definitely.
I love it. Okay, because I think it is appropriate, and when you read Ego Tripping by Nikki Giovanni, you're gonna love it. You're
Okay.
going to absolutely. It's incredible, and I read it in a particular way that it's gonna give it that swag that it deserves.
All right.
Um,
So
I met
I'll
yeah, Google it.
definitely do
I
that
met
for you.
Nikki Giovanni about 20 when I was in college, 30 years ago, and
Really?
yeah, and she was amazing as usual. And
Yeah, this
I
is
was
some
like,
tea to the three people watching. Thank you, TC. This is some real tea right here, guys.
well, thank you for the folks that are out there listening, or
Oh God.
and they're supposed to be there, and those are the ones that are supposed to be there. So
Absolutely. They
thank God
matter.
for them.
They matter.
Thank God for them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank
But
God for
I'm
you
going to be
guys.
breaking my fast real soon. Oh yeah, in about 50 minutes, I'm breaking my fast.
Hey, sweet home Alamanda, how are you? Welcome. We're just up having a conversation about spirituality and certain ways of the world and things we can do for Mother's Day to kind of, bring a breath of fresh air to these YouTube streets and encourage women on Sunday. Welcome, sweet home Alamanda's in the chat. 3 people
I know.
watching.
Hey,
We
hey,
got 4
sweet.
thumbs up, 1 thumbs down, and I think it was a great live stream, great calling.
Absolutely.
She said, "Yep."
Mother's Day
She
is
said it
so
was good.
special.
She's been listening in bed.
Mother's Day is so special. I just hope that there are also a cadre of people, sis, who don't have mom, and their mothers aren't here. Their mothers are ancestors.
Absolutely.
So we have to acknowledge them too, because they're going through it, or they will be, or they are going through it. Days like this, you know.
Sweet home
We
Alamanda said, hey, TC, not to cut you off. She said, hey, and gave you a heart.
What'd you say? I didn't hear you.
Sweet home Alamanda gave you a heart and said hi.
Oh, so I said sweet, sweet.
All right, TC, hold on. Sweet home Alamanda, maybe you can address her. I love her. She always comes over and give me sweet encouraging words. And Amanda, I don't know what happened to your comment. I had read it earlier, but one of her comments came up missing. But she says she loathes Mother's Day. Yet Mother's Day is hard for her, she says. You want to address that?
For
Sweet home Alamanda.
Exactly. It's hard for her. I don't know. There are various reasons why it could be hard for her. Is it because her mom has transitioned?
Amanda, you want to put why it's hard for you? I do believe her mom passed on, but wait and see what she says in the chat.
Okay.
TC's willing to talk to you, Amanda, if you can just put why it's hard. It's hard missing mom. She died when she was 16. So yes, ma'am. All right, so she's gonna speak to you. Hold on. All right. You guys got the floor.
I know. Hey, sweet home Alamanda. She's always we're in various chats together as well. And she's always been a positive, some positive energy. Sweet home Alamanda, I'm gonna be honest with you. There's two things that I have not experienced. I have not experienced giving birth, and I have not experienced the passing of my mother. And so I could not begin. I can't empathize. I don't even know how that feels. But I do know this, that, mothers are very special. And I know that around this time, because it's Mother's Day and everything like that, that, you are missing your mother, your heart. I get it. I understand. And what I'm going to say to you is, you're going to be in my heart. You're going to be in my prayers. And I am going to, I would like for you, if you have somebody that you could possibly, if you've already adopted someone, or your aunties, or, somebody in the neighborhood, or somebody who's a mentor to you, snuggle up to them. Get that love from them and give them that love that you would have given to your mom, because you give love to these chats, and you always come off very positive. So I know you have love in you and love to give. Mm-hmm. Find somebody to give love to. And I'm gonna be honest with you, if that's not something that you have, there are nursing homes, there are hospitals, and there are places that you can go, that if you just sat there with some of the older people and just read them a book or read them the newspaper, they would love you for that. Yeah, you're on assignment too, sweets. And your name is Sweet Home Alamanda, because come on now, your name is Sweet. That means you're sweet. That means your heart. You have a heart of gold.
Mm-hmm. I can verify that, because there's some days where Alamanda, I feel like giving up on you too, if I could be honest. And you will come over like this morning, and you will comment, and you will encourage me. Little do you know, I need encouragement too. So Father God, in the name of the Most High Yahweh, in the name above every other name, dear Lord, comfort her in her time of need, in her time of crying out for her mom and feeling, left alone and out without a mom at Mother's Day. Dear Lord, there's many Bible verses that I can give her, which I will hit you up sometime in the morning. But for now, dear Lord, just let your peace that passes all understanding be upon her. Bless her and keep her, and make your face to shine upon her. Be gracious upon her, and let your peace, shalom, be in Alamanda this Mother's Day season. And like TC said, Alamanda, there's so many nursing homes and hospitals, and of course, we're gonna be on YouTube as well, doing a platform. She's gonna read an excerpt from what is it called, TC? The
It's called Ego Tripping.
Eagle Tripping. I'm gonna do a poem for all mothers, all women. You know, I always include Eve, the mother of all living. I think people forget about, what we've been taught and forget about her.
Mm-hmm.
So I always include her every Mother's Day. So you won't be left out. Your mom won't be left out, Amanda. And if you come over to this platform on Sunday, you'll be in, the presence of good energy, positive energy, and people who love you.
Yes, absolutely. Because you're not alone, sis. You're not alone. We're here.
I still have my mom with me as well, so I've never experienced that either. And I am a mother of 3, and I have 5 grandchildren. And just the mourning part, just the hurt and the pain. I can relate to you in other situations. My dad is gone. I don't have my dad anymore. So, when Father's Day come along, I feel it a little bit, but we got you. All I can do is lift you up in prayer, and all you can do is thank God that you're still here with us and you're able to, do the things that your mom used to do. You can carry on some tradition for her, things like that. Absolutely. I appreciate you both so much, she says. You're welcome. All right, TC, the floor is yours again.
Well, listen, y'all. I have to. I have to bring,
Look, I'm
I'm
supposed
gonna.
to be doing the morning read in like an hour. I may push it back to like 8 o'clock.
Well, see, I made some kale,
Okay.
and yeah, I made some kale, and I have some other little things that I'm gonna eat now. And because of course, from sun up to sundown is when we
It's
fast.
Ramadan, right? Absolutely. My daughter asked me about that the other day. Of course, we follow, the traditions, but fasting is for anybody. When Ramadan come around, I
That's
do it.
right.
I do it sometimes, but she asked me, and my daughter been doing a couple days here and there. She's been missing a meal. She ain't quite there with fasting like you are or I am, but she definitely asked about it. I said, anybody. I mean, if you really look at it, most of the religions in the world are all pretty much piggybacking off the same concept. People just go down
Absolutely.
different roads and different avenues, and they fast different times of the year. They go to the temple different times of the year. Others go to the church every Sunday, but it's all kind of piggybacking off of the same faith. They just have different names of different gods and different ways of worshiping that God.
There you go. And that's the bottom line. Since you're absolutely right, and it's one of the things that I love about it. It's not just food. I know a gentleman who said that because he is diabetic, that he can't fast that way. But what he is doing, he is fasting from social media. He is fasting.
Absolutely. Telephone. The telephone is my biggest one. Oh man, I can shut it down in a minute.
Exactly. And another lady, she's not smoking. So one other guy, he said that he's not gonna curse.
Yeah.
Because all of these things, what they do, in fact, is they block us. They block us from being able to obtain the abundant life in which we were given. We're supposed to have.
Guess what? That's why I'm not jumping off subject here. I believe the Roman Catholics do that Lent for 40 days because they knew we had other ways of cleansing ourselves, fasting, worshiping the Most High Yahweh. And then they came up with this whole concept of, it's the same thing. Get rid of something, do away with something for 40 days, like give up this, give up that. But that's what our fasting is. But they call it Lent.
Absolutely.
they call it lint to try to, deceive the masses. But it's the same kind of concept. We give up something that would, easily beset us, but during the time of fast, you give it up, it opens up new channels. It opens up your, like you said, a pineal gland. It opens up your spiritual senses more, and you can communicate with the spiritual side of things, with God.
Absolutely. And sometimes you just have to be still and be quiet,
And
and
no,
and all of a sudden you start getting like these ideas, and you're like, oh, okay,
where'd that
oh,
come from? Like, wait a minute. You mean to tell me it's like a light bulb go off, right?
exactly.
It's
Like
like,
today, I was sitting in the park after work, and boom, all of a sudden it came to me because my intentions are to write a book about only children. I'm
okay.
an only child, and but I wanna put it in format in a particular way that is gonna people who have ADD they they're gonna be able to read it. It's gonna be a
And
fun book, and it's
okay.
gonna be for everybody. And I already have the name of it and all that kind of good stuff. So guess what? I'm somewhere, and I met up with a lady who is an editor, and she helps people, put together their books, and on and on and on. And
Well,
it was just amazing. Let me just say, the Most High just put me in the right place at
at
the
the
right
right
time.
time. And to
You
help
dig what I'm
you,
saying?
yep, yes, ma'am. If you are anything near computer savvy and know how to sit down and type and format your stuff to like a 6 by 9 or whatever size book you want, Amazon has
Hmm.
a great place called Create Space. It's for all self publishers that want to upload their own content and publish your own book, and it's absolutely free. And how it works, TC, is
Wow.
you upload a book, right? And then say your book is $10, they'll get a percentage, and you get maybe $5-6 off it. You know what I'm saying? Off of every sale. You can put the book on Kindle as well and sell it, $2-3 on
Oh,
Kindle. But the reason why I know, because I'm not a number 1 bestseller. I have 12 books over on Amazon.com talking about Christmas. I
oh,
understand Christmas, but I did a couple of Christmas books for my grandchildren. I did baby books.
okay.
You can track the baby's first year from the day they take their hospital picture to 12 months. It has a poem, ABCs in it, pictures where you could put the baby hair, the baby bracelet, the foot stamps when, baby get their feet stamped and stuff like that. And then I
Mhm,
have,
mhm.
Beyond Selma, Black Lives Matter in the Eyes of God Now and Then. I have a call to repentance. I have Peace I Speak to the Three-Part Me, the Chronicles of Falling from Grace, the Falls of the Bible, and some of my own. So I got a little selection. I don't always cross my I's and dot my T's. I edited everything myself, but that's supplemental income for me right now. But if people could catch on to what we're talking about,
Okay.
this is what I write about as well. I don't change. I don't want to talk like this and then go write salacious, sexy Harlequin romance stories. Not that I can't, but I kind
Uh-huh.
of write about what I talk about. So I kind of keep the two in line. Police brutality. I talk about it all over there on Amazon.com. So
Well,
that's how.
I thank you. I appreciate that, and I will definitely be. I'm going to go into it. I
And
am. I am technologically astute. But the bottom line is that, yeah, it is what it is. So
yeah,
I'm going to definitely look into that. And is Sweet Home Element still in the chat?
she absolutely left. She said, I appreciate your suggestion so much. I've got to get sleep, ladies. Have a wonderful day, TC and Spirituality. And I told her, you're welcome. God bless you and stay blessed.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
I was going to say that this is the time for her to get close and and just talk to her mama.
Uh-huh.
Like her
Yep.
mother is there. Her mother's not in this realm, but her mother is still with her.
And Amanda, if you're listening, I know sometimes, I don't know if this is your case or not. If there's anything you didn't say to your mom, you need to say. If there was anything between you and your mom, now is a good time to just sit when you wake. She said she had to get some sleep. So when you wake up from your sleep, just, not get it off your chest, but, consult with the spirits, with the Most High God, and talk to your mom. It's going to be okay, all right? It's
Yes,
definitely
ma'am.
going
Yeah,
to be okay. But yeah,
it's all
TC, this
good.
was
Yeah.
amazing. 3 people watching, 4 thumbs up, 1 thumbs down. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Oh, wow.
I like
Amanda,
that.
thank you for coming through. So TC, I'm gonna
Yeah,
let you go
thank
ahead
you.
and get you something to eat, and I'm gonna warm my coffee up and maybe get an hour or 2 of sleep, but maybe I'll come right back on because I feel strong in the spirit where I could get through 2 or 3 chapters of the morning read, and then we'll be done probably by like 7:30. So maybe I'll come back like 6:30, do the morning
Okay.
read. Mm-hmm.
I think I'm gonna take a nap after that point.
Well,
Oh.
kind of like you said, I was inspired to, I went live 2 or 3 times and then you showed up. I'm like, see, you got to be persistent. Like, I'm not searching the fame and the clout. I'm searching the connection like we did tonight. I think this was amazing. I feel like I've connected with Amanda. Like I said, Alamanda, she comes over every
Yeah.
now and then. When I'm like, dang, you go to bed, you wake up, you still at 776. Like, oh my God, how long am I gonna be here? Then she'll come over and she'll say some of the sweetest things. And this morning she encouraged me to promote my books more, and she didn't know I was an author. But then one of her comments was like it was deleted from the day before. I'm like, is anybody in my account? Did I accidentally delete the comment? But she comes over and she watches my videos and she comments on them, and she's one of the few that come over and support me wholeheartedly, and I appreciate that so much. So, and
I know.
we've had our little, conversations through the comments on the, under the video or whatever, and she's an amazing woman.
Well, again, you stay consistent and folks know it, and good people are gonna just be drawn little by little.
Okay. And I
you have a lot. You do a lot. Trust me. You say a lot. Trust me.
I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yes. Oh my goodness. I'm like, I don't know. Like I said, I think you need to start from the lineage.
Okay, and come down to all right. Cause see, what people get confused with that story is when it get to Nimrod, who is the grandson of Ham, right? Nimrod is the one who built the tower to Babel, and Yahweh was like, no, we not having that. And that's when the land got split between Africa, Saudi Arabia, and Israel. When he destroyed that tower, remember there was a third of the wind that some got ate up by the ground. The ground opened up and sucked some people in, and then some by fire. That's when that breach. That's when the Egyptians really started going on after their other god. Now, this is the thing, TC, I want to say to some of the Christians out there. There's a god named Amun Ra, and he is the father of the Egyptians. Remember that child movie where Yahweh and Moses was fighting against Pharaoh and his god Ra?
Right.
They left off the Amun. Amun Ra is his name. So
exactly,
that let me know that the God I serve, there's other gods out there I could be serving, but there's something with my spirit connecting me to Yahweh, the creator, the most high God.
Well, we'll discuss that later.
Okay, you got it. So you have a good night, TC. God bless
you. You're on it. You're asking the right questions.
Okay.
You're on it. You're on it.
Okay.
Actually, it's all one. Once again.
Okay.
You know what? One of my teachers said, in order to get the right answers, you got to ask the right questions.
Right questions. And that's a great interviewer, right? So I'm on my way. I'm going to have some great interviews.
You're on point. And a lot of people don't know because they've never been overseas. Okay. They don't understand the language nor the culture. And they don't understand the Hebrew. They don't understand the Amharic. Nor do they understand the lineage, nor do they understand the maps.
Now listen, old maps. I'm glad you brought those up. 1400, 1500, 1300 before they started going through changing the maps.
Oh, we're talking about BCE, sis.
Okay, BCE. Now we really going, okay, there was some maps in his days that told the truth of the land. Absolutely. Even the ones I studied in 13, 14, 1500s, I saw the discrepancies and how they tried to change the geographical location of even the equator to an extent. They went through this world and did a job on it. They did a job on it. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, to the two people watching, 4 thumbs up, 1 thumbs down. This was an amazing live stream. Give your girl Treecey, White Girl Read, some love, and please stay tuned. Hit the notification box, the subscription box. We are going to do a great show on Mother's Day. We're going to live stream, have some readings go down, some poetry, excerpts from a book. Eagle tripping, that's what it's called, right?
Yes, EGO tripping.
Eagle tripping. Okay, we got a lot of egos out here tripping in this world. Now let me stop.
Yes, they are.
So we're going to have fun.
This is a positive one. This is a positive one.
Absolutely. This is a positive book, positive read. I mean, I believe it's going to uplift a lot of spirits on that day. So you guys, this channel is trying to go in a different direction. Again, TC, this is what I wanted to say earlier. It's kind of hard for me to talk about the things of the world, the celebrity YouTube beef, without talking about God. And it's impossible to talk about God without relating it to the things in the world. So that's that's where this channel is. We talk about everything, but I have to keep the spirituality in it to an extent. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to overload you with it. I don't want to bombard you with it. But if we don't start hearing more of the truth, then we'll never be set free in that area of hearing and knowing what the truth is. So we can talk about it all. We can clown, we can cut up. I even say the Bible get messy. When I be over here in the morning reads, listen.
Listen, when these people understand about Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob and all the sons,
exactly.
Reuben.
All they did was fight and kill one another to be king.
You know what I'm saying, sis? Between Reuben, the first son, then you had Delilah and that thing that went down.
Yeah,
and then you had Judah
father.
And Simeon.
Yeah, Reuben slept with his father's wife.
Exactly.
David killed Uriah to have Bathsheba.
But the thing is that once they understand that the messy wretchedness it's no different. It's just different, but it's no different.
Right. It's messy. The Bible is messy. That's all I know. If you want some real drama, because I always say nothing new. I say you just like your ancestors. There's nothing new under the sun. Only thing I told Tasha K, I said, Tasha K, I ain't see no gun in the Bible, so I can't back you up toting a gun. You a pregnant blogger toting a gun. I was joking, right? I said, but I can't back that up. But everything else I see in the world pretty much is in the Bible. That's why people still act the way they do. The apple don't fall far from the tree. We just like our ancestors. So I'm just saying, say, hey, TC. I'm just saying. You know, I'm just saying. Yeah, she said, hey. She said, how you doing? Go ahead, talk to her for 2 minutes. She said, "What's up?"
So I said,
Bye.
I'm getting ready. I have to break my fast now, y'all. So I gotta go.
All right, she has to go. She's on a fast. So I'm just saying, I'm gonna let her hang up. I'll say hi to you for about 2 minutes, and then we're gonna end this. Please go back and watch the replay. TC White Girl Read, you have a great day. Happy Shabbat Shalom. Happy Sabbath.
Yes.
And I will talk to you later on today, and definitely tomorrow for the Mother's Day live.
Sunday.
All
Yes,
right, you
ma'am.
got it.
You got it.
All right, good night, sister, and have a good day.
All right.
God
Shalom.
bless. Shalom. All right, to the 3 people watching, 5 thumbs up. That was TC White Girl Reed giving her commentary. Pretty much we had FyeBabe and Treecey, who's right, wrong, and different. We both agreed that there's nobody wins in this situation that's going on between FyeBabe and Treecey. Then we got into the whole spirituality with TC and myself, and we had Amanda come in, and we had I'm Just Saying come into the chat. We do appreciate you, homegirl. What's up? Oh, Philly homegirls. Okay. They from Philly, y'all. Thank you. I'm just saying. You have to. It's some good content in there. TC called in and we talked maybe for about an hour or so, if not longer. So with that being said, I may catch you on the morning read. I'll be back between somewhere like 6:30, 7 o'clock. I was gonna go off and come right back, but I'm gonna drink some water, get myself together because I've been up since like 12:30 trying to go live. And on the third try, TC came over and kept me some company. So I'll see you guys in the morning read between 6:30, 7 o'clock East Coast time. I may even, oh, you just woke up. Girl, I would say I'm about to go to bed, but I don't think I am. What's up, homegirl? I'm just saying. See? So I may come back like around 8 or 9 o'clock. It's Saturday. You guys enjoy your morning. We'll do the morning read around 9 o'clock. Give me I may have to doze off for an hour. Or just chill and wind down because TC and I had a great live. I'm kind of hyped up and I just want to relish in everything that was said and how positive it was. And we came up with some solutions. We're gonna do something Sunday that's gonna benefit every mother, every woman, and every child that comes underneath us. So this is your girl ReligionWinked TV, and I did something cute, y'all. I took a shofar and added it into my intro and outro. I just love the way it sounds. I think I'm trying to remind people what the land sounded like at one time before. So to the 4 people watching, God bless you, shalom, and enjoy the rest of your morning. And now it wants to take its time. There we go. Thank you so much for watching ReligionWinked TV. This is your girl Spirituality, and my spiritual ears stay. All right, you all. That ends this edition of ReligionWinked TV. I'm your girl Spirituality, and I love it so much. I don't want it to play again, though. You guys have a good day. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you so much. Shalom.